I am going to 50 different thrift stores this week, and you're coming with me. And at the end, we're going to review everything that we buy, the valuable stuff we'll sell on eBay, everything else we're going to trade it in to a local collectible store. Now I have a feeling this is either going to be totally amazing or a complete waste of time. There's really only one way to know for sure. Let's head out there and see what we can find. This is called Value Village, the thrift department store. Looks really promising from the outside, but hopefully that's not deceiving. Let's check the movies and books first. $2. This is not a good sign. PS1 game. Oh, never mind. God. Shelley Duvall's Bedtime Stories. $30. $3. Let's get that. There's some good stuff here, but for $2, I just can't get it. And I have to look up everything I'm looking at. These kind of books are worth getting, but this is a library copy, so I'm not going to bother. Cedar River Daydreams, Judy Bear. Yeah, I can't find it, but I'm going to take a chance. Okay, nothing else there. Let's go look at the toys. Oh, wow. They got a lot. I'm gonna have nightmares. Is that Chucky? Whoops. Oh yeah. $6. This was a vintage one, I'd buy it, but it's not. Alright, this is good. Let's get out of here. This is called Living Free Thrift Store. Thank you. $3. Oh, this is cool. Sometimes these aren't worth getting, but there's a lot of Star Trek books here. There's like 15 of them, but I never buy them because they're really hard to sell and they're very common. Let's see. Bag of vintage Legos. No figures. Okay, electronics. Calamar. Panasonic pencil sharpener. It says it works. I want $3 for it. I think these things go for like $20 or so. Hopefully it really works. We'll get it. Literally up in the foothills now, and this is the first thrift store called Amarum. Never been here before. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Oh, electronics. I don't know much about these. They look pretty old, so I'm not gonna get them. It's an old cassette player, Hewlett Packard. Oh look, this is unexpected. This is a PlayStation 1 power cord. A lot of Blu-rays, and they're just $1. These are pretty uncommon Blu-rays. Boston. Lost Boys. Oh, look at this. Ford Windstar. Just $2. It's in great condition. So we just left Amram Thrifts and Gifts. Bought a lot of stuff. The owners are super nice. They actually gave me a really good deal. Oh, my car's here. So shout out to them. I appreciate it. After the first several thrift stores, things got really bad. I stopped finding good items and good prices. I probably went to 8 or 9 locations without buying a single thing. I did, however, pick up something awesome at a sketchy thrift store out in the middle of nowhere, a first edition, first print of Stephen King's Christine for just $3, along with The Dark Half, also a first print. But that proved to be a diamond in the rough as the string of garbage stores continued, nothing after nothing after nothing. I decided to stop at a random Goodwill in hopes to turn things around. It's a pretty big toy section. Oh wow, Halo Reach. It's missing the arm. Oh my gosh, there's a turret from Halo. It's from 2021. Let's see if there's any more of this stuff. Oh wow, check it out. The gunner from a Warthog. These are $2 a piece. I'm not gonna get that. There's one worth getting. This thing's a little dusty, but only $20 for it. It's worth about $60. So this massive building in front of me is another giant thrift store, which means it'll probably be terrible, but fingers crossed we'll get something. Oh my lord. This place is massive. Are you kidding me? $6. Okay, hopefully the books are better. Lots of games. Price as marked, have not been tested. Okay. This is the only one that might be worth getting. It's just too scratched. Paperback's $1, hardcovers $1.50. I love getting these science fiction ones. Looks like a Barnes & Noble. Definitely worth getting. Yep, it's a Barnes & Noble one. Always keep your eyes peeled for these. Here's the electronics section. It's only $5. Tested. It turns on. I'll take a chance. It's $5. Might get this other one as well. I can't show every single store that I went into because this video would be like 2 hours long, but suffice to say that most of them, probably like half, had nothing in them I could resell. Occasionally I would pick up 1 or 2 great items, but it was mostly finding just cheapo stuff I would end up trading rather than selling on eBay. Whenever I came across these big book sections or stacks of DVDs with dirt cheap prices though, I would stock up as much as possible. But probably the best store, just so happened to be one of the last ones I visited, had the single most valuable item of the week. Oh, that's awesome. Harman Kardon.
Kurt Vonnegut. Oh wow, there's a lot of them. Let's get these. This is a good author you want to keep your eyes out for. Alright, this is good. Let's head out.
Oh man, we're finally back. And as you can see behind me, we bought a lot of crap. I've divided this all up between the things we're going to sell on eBay, the valuable stuff, and the stuff we're just going to trade in, this big stack here. The first thing we're going to talk about are the electronics because I bought quite a few of them. So first up, I bought this Sony Micro Hi-Fi component system CD player thing. It was a bit dusty, but I mean for just $20, I decided to go for it. Turns out it was a great deal because they're worth about 50 bucks. Then I picked up this JVC VHS DVD combo. I don't normally buy these, but for $5, said it was tested, I thought it would be worth it. That wasn't the only one that I got. I also got this Magnavox, which is special because it actually has an HDMI hookup. For those of you that know, HDMI is where you want to go with VHS. They're worth way more money. Turns out the silver one is going for around $60 to $70, but the HDMI Magnavox goes for about $120. But even those didn't compare to the Harman Kardon AVR 335 that I picked up. It said it was tested for $60, and even better, it came with a remote. Turns out this is worth around $140, way more than I even saw when I looked it up in the store. I do want to point out real quick that I'm not going to be selling any of these big electronics on eBay. The two receivers, I'm actually going to trade in. You guys are going to see me do that in a second. And then the two VCRs, I've actually already sold to a local collector for $100 for both of them, so I was super happy about that. The electronics were not the only valuable thing we picked up. This is a hardcover of Christine by Stephen King. You can tell by the price tag and the dust jacket it's not a book club edition. And the title page shows that it's not a later edition, but actually a first printing. A first edition, first printing of this book is currently running about $60 to $70. I've actually already sold this to another collector, so that was a pretty awesome find. We also got The Last Samurai by Helen DeWitt. It's also a first edition, first printing. This is a pretty valuable book as well, currently going for about $40 to $50. And then lastly, we got another Stephen King hardcover, The Dark Half. And as you can see there on the title page, also a first print. But unfortunately, this one's not quite as valuable, only worth about $15 to $20. Books are without a doubt my favorite thing to flip. I paid between 10 cents to $1 for most of these here. And that's pretty typical as they're almost always undervalued wherever you find them. On top of that, most other resellers completely ignore books, so it's a great way to really separate yourself from the competition. Probably about 80% of my overall sales are from books, so I really can't stress enough how important it is to build your knowledge about which ones you should be picking up. So continuing on from the books, you guys saw me grab this PlayStation 1 charger. They go for like 15 bucks. I pick them up all the time. Paid $7 for this TI-84 Plus C Silver Edition. I always buy these when I see them. They're worth about $40 to $45 or something like that. Here's that cassette player that I picked up early on. This was not a good buy by me, and this one looks absolutely horrible. Might be beyond repair. Probably wouldn't be worth selling. You guys also saw me pick up this Panasonic pencil sharpener. I've actually already sold this thing for about $20, $22, I can't remember. From that same store that I picked up that pencil sharpener, I got this 1960s camera mount. It's super high quality, really heavy. You guys are going to see me trade this in later on in the video, so hopefully we'll do pretty good on it. So as always, the toy selection at the thrift stores was awful. We did manage to get a couple of these little Halo things from our Goodwill that I just so happened to stop at. I should be able to get at least 20 out of this one, which is in pretty good condition. And then we got this Jazzwares cat figure from Halo Reach. I didn't realize how high quality these things are. They're so much better than those crappy McFarlane ones. And I think they're more desirable as well. I mean, just the legs of this cat I saw sell for like $8 or $9, so I could part it out or just sell it as is. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do just yet, so gonna wait on that. Then we also got this little Mongoose vehicle, the 4x4. Really cool. I think that's like 15 bucks. Another toy I picked up was this little Elf on a Shelf. I've bought and sold so many of these. I think I've sold like 3 of them this year. I usually sell them for like 22 bucks. This one I ended up getting for just $1, so that was a great buy. And the last thing we're gonna show is all the movies that I picked up. I got this Nicholas Nickleby set. It's like a 4 set of DVDs. But I'm just going to kind of go through these quick because this video is taking forever. You guys probably saw the comps for these already. But Road Racers was definitely the best Blu-ray I got. Very rare, hard to find. And then, of course, Shelley Duvall's Bedtime Stories. I knew this was valuable when I saw it. There's a couple different versions of it, and this one I had never seen before, so I had to look it up. I did pay $1.50 for Mexican Spitfire collection, but this is a pretty valuable little DVD set. And then here's a sealed DVD. Not super valuable, but had to pick it up. And then the last one that I'm selling on eBay is Away All Boats, just kind of like an old Hollywood war movie. So everything else we bought is here on the floor. All the stuff we're going to be trading into that collectible store called McKay's. In the first box here is all the DVDs and Blu-rays. It's just kind of a mix of old Hollywood and weird, obscure stuff, as well as one of the few video games I found this week. All the CDs that I got are going in here as well. I didn't even buy that many. I had a lot of trouble finding good ones, but these should trade in and give me a decent amount of credit. And then in box number 2, we just got a bunch of books, kind of a mix of hardcovers and paperbacks. What I tend to go for is like fantasy stuff, horror, science fiction, and then of course like popular books as well. The last box is kind of the same thing, just a bunch of random books. A couple cheapy game manuals that are not worth selling on eBay. And a few popular paperbacks as well. As I've said before, always get Dragonlance stuff, and Forgotten Realms usually trades in really well also. I'm not sure how much trade credit I'm going to be getting for all these books, but I only paid like between like 25 cents to $1 for each of them, so I have pretty high hopes. And here's the lone toy that I'm going to be trading in, this pig from like 1983. I thought it would be valuable, but it turns out it's actually pretty worthless. And then of course I'm trading in these 2 receivers as well. But it's going to be interesting to see how much money they give us for all this stuff. But let's head out and see what we can get.
So here's everything we got. This is a lot. I think we're going to do pretty good, although I am a little bit nervous. Always check the video game guides. Oh, that's cool. I don't know what it's worth. Got Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden Black, Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma. It's the first Ninja Gaiden. Stickers are mostly there. I have to look that up. I'm just adding random stuff to my cart. I'll look it all up later. I like to do it in one go. Lucasfilm Alien Chronicles. There's another one. We'll have to look these up. They got the whole set. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. I am buying that for sure. That's cool. Jaw Steelbook. Let's take a look at the toys. Looks like Halo 4 Master Chief McFarlane. That's kind of cool. It's like a controller holder. I mean, just $9. It's not that bad. Here's a Walking Dead Michonne. I have a whole set of these. I might as well get this one too. There's another Michonne. I've always loved these boxes. These guys are just too mass-produced, not really valuable. Oh wow, Sony Discman. I have no idea if it works, but that's a great price. So we didn't do as good as I was hoping, but we did get $227 in trade credit. Well, $228. Not the best, but we got a lot of great stuff here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.
So here's all the receipts from the thrift stores that we went to this week. We ended up spending $240.29. And once we sell just the stuff we listed on eBay, we're going to be making $393. That's like after fees and shipping and everything. So a profit of $152.71. We ended up getting trade-in credit for $227. They took most of it. Here's a little bit of the stuff that they didn't take. Just like some random books and stuff, but I'd say the vast majority of stuff they grabbed. So with the trade credit money, I spent about 100 or so of it, and this is what I got. So we traded in all the cheap stuff we can't sell on eBay in order to buy stuff that we can. The first thing we picked up was this Pokemon Platinum version manual. It was listed for $12. This goes for about $20 even without the maps. And then we got a Dead or Alive 4 guide. I'm just going to keep this one, not sell it. I ended up paying full price for it anyways. And then we bought all these Ninja Gaiden manuals. I'm just going to list all these together in a big group. You can see there we paid barely anything for them. I think I'm going to list them for like $20. I paid just 80 cents for these Lucasfilm Alien Chronicles paperbacks, and this little trilogy is actually worth about $20, so that was a pretty crazy find. Then I got this out of print 28 weeks later Blu-ray for $7. This currently goes for about 25 bucks. I'm not really sure why I bought NBA 2K2 for $5, but it's only like a $10 game, but still I could just pair it in a lot with some other games later. And then another GameCube item we bought was this Power Core for 14 bucks. It's worth about 20. And then we got the Jaws 4K Steelbook. It turned out to be a jackpot, paid $14. It's worth about 45. I love buying TV shows because they sell so quickly. I paid 40 for this Walker Texas Ranger Complete Collection. It's worth about 50, so I should be able to quickly get all that in cash. And then I got a couple Walking Dead Michonne figures. I'm going to sell them together for about $15. And then we got the Halo 4 Master Chief. Not a good buy on my part. Paid $9. It's only worth about 10. So, probably not going to make any money on this one. But this Master Chief, on the other hand, was a pretty good pickup. Paid just $9 for it. Turns out it's worth about 25. I've been buying a lot of CD players over the last few months, and Sony Discman is pretty much the best you can get. Paid just $10 for it. It goes for about $25. In this condition, maybe even more. And I also picked up this Kobe one simply because it was in great shape, but this one's only worth maybe 15. Lastly, and the best thing that we picked up was this Nintendo 64 storage box. As you can see by the sticker, it's in amazing condition, and the inside looks just as good. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to keep this or not, but it's worth about $50 to $60. For the last two videos, we've been doing a lot of thrifting, but finally next week we're going to be going back to the flea markets because the weather is finally clear. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. We got a lot of really cool stuff coming, so make sure you stay tuned and have a great week. I'll see you guys later.